Let me tell you all about a group of kids who use breakdancing skills to take down big biz. We talk a lot about some stuff. Get ready to listen to Breakin' 2 on Matinee Monday. I know it's hard. I ran out of rhymes. Anyway, it's time for Matinee Monday. We saw Breakin' 2, so you know what that means.
How did Schwarzenegger grow a baby in his belly? Rock a rhinestone vest while whipping Justin to Kelly. Or maybe see a burlesque show with Nick Crow and take a boat with speed to hitting cruise control. J-Man, Big Paul in the beautiful June. Gonna take you from the goob all the way to the room. Ran the games of Street Fighter, helped to blow off steam. Just a sucker punch the odd life of Timothy Green. Sharknado, the birdemic, how we staying alive. They call it in the badass and he's on the line. Cranking 88 minutes cause they cool as ice. Cause a bad Jim Varney looking kinda nice. Paul and June getting literal, Jason is getting laid. June is making sure all the monkey shots getting paid. They judge a bunch of movies while they're making the grade. Here's a real question for you, how did this get made? That's a good look, Haru.
What's that smell?
Hello, people of Earth, and welcome to Matinee Monday. I'm your host, Paul Scheer. Breakin' 2 is on the docket today. We've pulled it out from behind the vault. We've put it back into the main feed, but if you're not sure you want to listen to it, let me give you a little taste of what's in store, because this is one of the best How Did This Get Made movies. We're talking about Turbo, who lives in a rotating house. There's breakdancing mimes, iced tea raps. It is truly a movie of the 80s that really defines what everyone parodies about the 80s, but they were not parodying it at all. I believe there's a hospital breakdance scene. Someone is in a cast and still breaking. This is also an episode that's very important for our show because it's where June reveals that she hates breakdancing and thinks it's not really an art form. And Jason reveals that he was doing a lot of breakdancing as a kid. But in this clip that we're about to play, we get into the decision of one of the main characters not to go to Paris to dance, but to stay with her kind of boyfriend and not really see through her dreams. Take a listen.
I will say the one thing that I really didn't care for because it really stressed me out was that hospital is going to have a lot of complications because a lot of their patients who should have remained bedridden got up and danced quite a bit.
Well, by the way, but the Breakin' brought him back to life, it seemed like. It seemed like that man was dead on the operating table.
The man was...
And maybe it was addressed in Breakin' 1, but the whole mission of Miracles is that they're keeping at-risk kids off the streets by teaching them how to dance and I guess box also.
Yeah,
well, that was tricky.
Rec center.
The rec center seemed like the person who was teaching boxing was also like the head of the breakdance department. It seemed like he was
and
running.
Also, once the breakdancers started a breakdance routine, a lot of the boxers joined in, and I was like, I understand that I understand that a rec center might have like, oh, there's boxing classes, there's dance classes, there's this classes, there's that. I just don't believe they all do them all together at once.
Well, but didn't you think it was odd that Kelly comes from, I guess, New York, working on Broadway as a chorus girl in a bad show. She goes back to LA. Her parents are upset with her. She comes and sees Miracles, which is this, to June's point, I don't agree with her, crumbling building. And at one point she says to her old boyfriend, Ozone, she's like, do you think it would be okay if I taught here? As if like there was some sort of like hierarchy that she couldn't maybe figure out how to get into. Like, yeah, you show up. Literally, you just brought
Miracles.
50
Yes,
people
of course.
into this. You have a mime showing you. I don't think that there's like much of an interview process. She's like, I don't know. I mean, do I have enough talent to teach here at
That's
Miracles?
another example.
And again, not knowing the source material and not knowing Breakin' 1, I might be speaking out of school, but what I never understood about Kelly, and this is why I wanted her to go to Paris, why I wanted her to go back to Princeton. It didn't seem like the type of dance she was doing. Her audition for that Paris show was beautiful and wonderful.
And she's a very good dancer.
She's a great dancer. It seemed like she loved doing that type of dance, that there was nothing about this other type of dance. And honestly, I won't even degrade what I saw in the movie by calling it breakdancing.
Jeez,
it was
June,
something
wow.
else.
I mean, Ozone and Turbo.
Else. And by the way, it was more boxing and more fighting and combative than I know dance to be. But
they did do a choreographed fight at one point when when literally
like the Michael Jackson video.
Yeah. It didn't seem like Kelly really enjoyed doing that type of dancing over the type of like more contemporary dancing she was doing in her audition.
Well, I will say that Kelly,
she liked both just fine. Which in that case, go to where the job is in Paris. Paris.
She was going to be a lead. She was going to be a lead.
These kids depend on her.
No, they don't actually. That's my problem with the movie, Jason. The kids do not depend on her. They are going to be just fine with Ozone and Turbo and all of the other people. They're going to do just...
No, they're not. They need
nothing.
Kelly. They need Kelly, and then Kelly brings her parents, and her parents...
Kelly saves the day.
Basically, in a bit of a problematic way, it creates a white savior problem for this movie. But her dad gives the $50,000 that puts them over the edge and lets them save miracles.
Listen, the amount of press they were getting, some white savior was going to come in and cut a check.
It's interesting. June, I think, so powerfully identifies with Kelly that it is strangely positioning you in a very strange place inside of this movie.
June literally is addressing this movie as if she had an opportunity to go to Paris and she did not choose it, and she trains kids and regrets it to this day.
It's not just like go to New York and like be on this Broadway show. Go to Paris? Go
but
live
June,
in Paris
the kids,
to be a star?
The kids.
Are you kidding me? But the kids will be all right.
Oh, June. Wait, hold on, June. What great giant stars have attained huge success by being a lead in a play in Paris?
Well, listen, it isn't a trajectory that I was like that familiar with, but I mean, to work and sustain yourself doing what you love to do and live in Paris. I mean, I just did not get it. I didn't understand it.
I did like at one point, to speak to what June was saying about her not enjoying it. There was a moment when they had to raise like $7,000, right? Or at one point, there's some smaller amount of money. They're like, we'll put on a show. And someone's like, I'll teach breakdancing. I'll get the costumes. And Kelly goes, I'll run rehearsals. Like, the only thing that she's adding is that she'll run. Not even like I will train you. I was like, I'll run it. Like, she'll be like, okay, guys, 5:00, we got to be here. Let's go. Let's go.
She was the person responsible for like pressing play on the
boombox.
The boombox. And that's the other thing. Like at one point, it seems that they made $7,000 in one day from just their car washes. If they had kept at that pace,
they didn't have the time.
By the way, the mime.
They had 30 days. They were given 1 month.
By the way, Nate Kiley did some research here. Apparently, the mime brought in $4,500 in one day.
Wow.
Yeah, so that mime actually
didn't have the time. If they were making $7,000 a day for 30 days, they would have absolutely covered their...
I don't know if they could have gotten that every single day. I mean, like, I don't know how many car washes are usually only on the weekends. I don't know.
All right, everybody. That is all for Breakin' 2. You can listen to the full episode in the mainstream right now. That's right, wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, if you like our podcast, remember to follow us at Apple Podcasts and follow this right here on YouTube. Every week, a brand new Matinee Monday. We are here for you. You are here for us. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time on Matinee Monday. Bye for now.